Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting
In color. My favorite Marshall.
My Favorite Vinyl with Don Tanner.
And good morning. This is WEFT, Champaign-Urbana, and the show where we welcome in CU movers and shakers to chat and play their favorite songs. It's a needle on the record celebration of vinyl and community. And we welcome you to another Monday edition with a special guest, as we have each and every week. And this week, Sara Sass, performing and recording artist, is with us. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Good, good. I'm singing, I think, for the first time, not on stage somewhere.
I know. I play it all the time. I know. That's you can't. You got to pay me to get me out of my house. It's kind of the running joke because it's my social life.
Has anybody told you you're not getting paid?
I know. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll do things for free in the morning. Just like I'm a morning person, so it works out for me.
Well, we enjoy your music. My wife and I, thousands enjoy your music. We just recently discovered you as we came back to town a few months ago. So tell me a little bit about you. We're going to play some of your favorite songs. We're going to play a couple of your songs.
Heck yeah.
A little bit later on. Cool. You didn't say, when I said, what are 5 of your favorite songs? You didn't say, well, I'm going to play a couple of mine. I said, let's play a couple of yours toward the end a little bit. But tell me about you a little bit. Tell me about the Sass. Where did that come from?
Oh, I've been a sassy little lady my whole life. My Sara, I've been called the Bear, Sara Barra, my whole life. So the Bear.
Okay.
I've just kind of done things my way. My whole life. I had a problem with authority, if you would. I mean, that's probably the best way to put it.
Is it true that you fight authority, but authority always wins?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
In the end, for the most part, that is the fact. The house always wins. But yeah, I'm the Sass. I was in a band called Upshot.
Yeah.
And in that band, it was kind of the joke. I was always the only lady around. And I was called Mama Sass for a while, and kind of like a Mama Cass kind of thing, thing.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck, and then Sass just kind of stuck. And when Jared Manker, who was the bass player for Upshot, when we were doing the duo thing, when Upshot ended up, we kind of ended things because musicians were all crazy. We go in different directions all the time.
Right.
But Jared and I still wanted to do some stuff, so we ended up being Mank and Sass, and that was like we had a show the next day after our final show with Upshot, and we didn't know what to call ourselves, so it was like we'll just go by Mank and Sass. We'll change it in a couple of weeks, and we just never got around to changing it for the duo for Mank and Sass, and then Sass just kind of stuck. So yeah, that's where the Sass comes from.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you have a fascinating background that we're going to get into, but I want to also make sure we can play some of your songs too.
Yeah.
So, when I first heard you, I'm like, wow, how do you put you into a category? I mean, the voice, and we're going to play some artists here that, as I was playing these to get ready for the show, I'm like, oh yeah, I get this. But talk about the first one we're going to play.
Oh, Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog. So I grew up listening to the Elvis version, of course, like most people. That was the version that they were more accustomed to.
If they knew there was any other version.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like with Upshot, when we were living in Indiana, in Indianapolis, we got hired to play over at the Slipper Noodle, which is a blues bar, and we were not a blues band. So I had to spend a lot of time learning some blues songs, and I came across this version of it, and there was something about this version that just struck me as the coolest thing of all time. And I mean, Big Mama Thornton, you can't go wrong with that just growly, bluesy voice. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. So, yeah, it was kind of an introduction to like some gritty blues for me, kind of getting into the music scene for me.
Well, this is going back to 1953, and Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller wrote it. Pretty famous songwriters. Let's give a listen to the original Hound Dog.
Let's do it.
On WEFT.
Whoa, I feel all right this morning now. I want to all of you.
Listener supported, volunteer run since 1981. That's us, WEFT and 90.1 FM. It's 8:08, a Monday morning, My Favorite Vinyl. I'm Don Tanner, and Sara Sass is in the studio with me today and playing some of your favorite songs, including the original Hound Dog.
Yes.
And Elvis came out, I guess, in 1955, about 3 years later. And the rest is history on that one. So you were born in this area, right?
No, I was born in California.
So okay. So well, let's talk about that a little bit. 'Cause there's
Yeah.
a whole REO Speedwagon thing that's fascinating. For some reason, I thought
Bring
you were
it
born
on.
here, then you guys went out to California. But
No, both my sister and I, we were both born in California. My older sister, and yeah, I was born and raised out in California. By the time I was born in '82, so like REO was
huge.
So I grew up around the good stuff and the business and like the crazy, all the lights and the fame and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, 'cause High Infidelity was probably late '80s,
81, I
or
think.
late '70s. 81,
Yeah, I think '81 was when they were up there. It was,
Stratosphere.
Yeah. Those were the years.
Yeah. So
sure.
there must be a book you could write at some point.
Oh, I don't know if I need to do that. I'm sure many people remember it more than I did. I was quite young. I mean, honestly, for all that kind of stuff, I remember there was a lot of people and everybody having a good time, honestly.
Sure.
that was what it was for me.
And for those who don't know, and I don't know if I mentioned his name, Bruce Hall is your dad.
Yeah. My dad, bass player for REO Speedwagon. It was just something. It's always one of those things when people are like, they've known me for years and then they don't. It never came up out of my mouth, and then they find out who my dad is, and they're like, "Why didn't you tell me?" And
then the second thing is, can I meet him someday?
well, not even that. It's like one of those things where I'll look at him and be like, "What's your dad do?" And they're like, "He's a teacher or something." Like, and I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me?"
It's important too.
Like it wasn't any different for any of us growing up in it. It was just normal.
True.
We didn't know anything else.
So you toured all over the country.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as our family, we were a tight unit, so and very much with the band and stuff. So we until I started playing sports, we were very much on the road with the everybody.
Yeah, we want to talk about that too. So musical influences, a lot came from that experience. A lot came from your dad and REO.
Yeah, my dad. So because he was on the road so much, he used to come home with CDs of like street artists and stuff like that, which was, I think, adds to my eclectic love for music. I love all the music. People are like, "What stations did you listen to as a kid?" All of them.
Well, you can tell when you see you on when we watch you on stage, you pull from all different
everything.
genres.
Yeah, and that's why people ask me what genre do I play. I couldn't tell you. I just call it organized noise. I don't know what else to call it at this point. But yeah, he used to bring me home CDs from the street artists and stuff, and he ended up bringing me home just a whole bunch of just great music all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly. And then he got into like all the like classic stuff that I needed to know, of course, like Beatles. Of course. I mean, Paul McCartney is my dad's biggest influence of all time. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's fascinating.
So big Beatles fan.
Music 101 and Allman Brothers was another one.
Allman Brothers, yes. So he brought home their greatest hits album, and this was when I was probably in middle school, and that's when I really started to like really dive into music and then my love for music.
Right.
I didn't get into music until much later in my life, but that was when I knew that I loved music because of how much it just kind of took over me. Yeah. And Allman Brothers, that sound and their style and their own genre of what they have.
Creators of Southern rock.
Creators, exactly. They created an entire genre of music, which everyone still listens to today. I mean, it's just such a classic sound. And it really shapes a lot of like my songwriting and all that kind of stuff. A lot of that stuff does the older style of classic rock. So
it's classic and good influence to have. So this is WEFT, my favorite vinyl. We're going to go back to 1969 with the Allman Brothers. Yes. Community radio for East Central Illinois, WEFT. That's us, 90.1 FM. And support for My Favorite Vinyl, that's the program you're listening to right now, is provided in part by CU CD and Vinyl in downtown Urbana. New and used CDs and vinyl, including rare imports and limited releases. SCEYOU CD and Vinyl, located behind the Elm City Roastery on Main Street in Urbana. Also, CU CD and Vinyl can be found on all socials. Well, Sara, Sass, Ciders, we're listening to some of your favorite songs. We talked before the break a little bit about your growing up with REO Speedwagon. You're such a talented musician and artist now, but you took that up a little bit later on.
Yeah, I did not do the music thing early on at all. Yeah. My family, I was a wild child, so my family, all they knew with music was rock and roll. And with rock and roll, there wasn't much structure there as far as they saw it. So it was just one of those things that like the running joke for me was they used to say sports or jail because I needed structure, and sports provided the structure in which a kid like me that had a lot of energy, later found out very ADHD. But I mean, it was just something that I needed. So yeah, music was not really an option for me early on. It found me. It found me in college.
Yeah.
I went to Purdue. I played softball at Purdue. I got a full ride scholarship. I was a catcher. Ended up having 5 knee surgeries.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and at that point, I didn't really know what I was going to do with myself. I was there to be an athlete. I was not there to be a student. Unfortunately, I could have done better at that structure in my life.
You were busy. You had sports to play.
I was, well, I mean, in that, my priorities were my priority. They were, I mean, again, I was who I was, and I was just doing, I was in college.
Yeah.
And I was there to play sports, and once sports were gone, I really didn't know what to do with myself. And my roommate, Matt Zimmerman, who was actually the guitar player of Upshot, my first band, he was my roommate in college, and he was actually the one who taught me how to play guitar, because he had a guitar part. He was playing guitar, and he was trying to write a second guitar part to it, and so he taught me the first guitar part, selfishly, to be able to play his second guitar part.
How hard was it to be in? I know people learn musical instruments at all ages, but you also hear, well, it's kind of like learning a language. You want to do it when you're younger or earlier. Was it difficult to pick up? I mean, you had a musician teaching you. You'd been around musicians.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I picked it up very fast. I do still everything by ear. I never learned how to read music. I still don't know a lot of what I'm doing. I'm just winging it a lot of the time. I feel that if I would have picked it up earlier, it would have been, I mean, yes, I think I would have had way less bad habits as far as where I'm at with things. But I will say that where I picked it up in life, I think created some of the uniqueness that I have in my bad habits and my rhythms and my strange picking style and my straight, like there's a lot of the things that have given me the character that it's given me with learning a little bit later on in life.
Well, it's amazing to watch you on stage because you'll tap your guitar, you'll get the this is foreign stuff to me, and then all of a sudden you have a drum beat that you're I guess recording and then playing back, and it's just
organized noise.
It's fascinating to watch. It's fascinating to watch. Well, as we play some of your favorite songs, and we want to get to a couple of your songs as well that you helped us curate at our request. Talk about Bonnie Raitt a little bit. Why
Bonnie
she's
Raitt,
important.
one of my biggest influences of the all time.
Really?
From early stage, Nick of Time. That album in general, the whole album, when it came out, I'm sure I was not the demographic in which they were shooting for at the age I was at, but boy, oh boy, did that have an effect on me.
That was a big album.
It was a huge album, and it was one of those ones, I remember being a kid and doing that one song I can't remember, it starts off, "Hey, shut up, don't lie to me."
Okay,
but as a kid, I thought it was hilarious that she started a song with "Hey, shut up," and I was like, "This is great." So I mean, but I just grabbed onto this like really adult music, and I think it formed a lot of my love for that classic stuff and that classic sound. And when you listen to Bonnie Raitt, maybe that was the introduction that I had, was Nick of Time. But I mean, that woman, she's been in the business since, forever, and has played her range from early days of blues and like her blues style and like slide guitar and all of it. It's insane. The woman is a gem.
She is very talented. We're going to give Nick of Time a listen, the title cut to that album. It's Bonnie Raitt, WEFT. It's Bonnie Raitt on WEFT. We appreciate you listening to My Favorite Vinyl. Perhaps you're listening terrestrially in the car, at home, at 90.1 FM. You can also stream us at WEFT.org, and there is the WEFT app. And these shows are archived at that app, and you can go back and listen to the entire show with words and music. We're also a wave to the folks on YouTube. You can watch the show within a couple of days up on YouTube and see what happens behind the scenes here. We're here with Sara Sass Siders and playing some of her favorite songs. So I knew you were out at Alto Vineyard yesterday, and we were talking as you came in. We wanted to come out and see you, and we couldn't get out there yesterday. Fascinating. And a lot of artists do this. When you're up on stage and you're singing, eyes closed.
Oh yeah.
You're deep in thought, deep in emotion.
No, I'm deep in my head. I have horrible stage fright. I've tried to get over it. It's a thing that is just stuck in me. It's a thing. I don't know what it is, but maybe it just keeps my ADHD at bay. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I sing with my eyes closed.
But you do something that so many people would not be able to do. You get up there.
I think there's something. I love it more than I'm scared of it. I think that's the truth. So there's something about it that I just can't stop doing.
Yeah. How hard is it to write a song?
Depends on the day.
Well, it depends on what happened last night.
Yeah, it all depends situational. I write songs. I try to write every day. Honestly, I do try to write something every day, daily. I wake up very early. So I do try to write as much as possible. Now, it's not good. It's not great. It is what it is. It's just ideas. But I've noticed that for myself, I'm a seasonal writer when it comes down to the nitty gritty.
Really?
Yeah, I do a lot of my bulk writing in the winter for some reason, in the colder months.
Should you maybe move to Alaska? if you need to, I need enough for a whole
It all
CD.
comes from ideas from all like throughout the year. So all my little ideas that I put together. I think it's in the winter when I finally kind of slow down a little bit, when I'm not outside as much, and I'm not playing as much. There's something about, I don't know, being inside and it being cold outside that just strikes up the writing in me.
Yeah.
But
Are you working on some stuff now?
yeah. Oh yeah. Always. I've got some stuff. I put out an album last year, Sports or Jail, and I think I'm working on some new ones. Hopefully putting out an album by hopefully the beginning of next year, maybe mid next year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, do you record those around here? Or it could be
Yes, here in
different
town.
spots?
James Treichler, he's fantastic over at Wave Upon Wave. He is a mastermind at what he does. Everyone should go talk to him. He's absolutely wonderful. He not only does the recording, he does the mastering. He can shoot videos. He literally is just an incredible talent, and we're lucky to have him here in Champaign.
Well, next time you record, put a camera in there, and let's that'd be kind of
for
cool to watch.
For sure.
So you mentioned your 2024 CD, Sports or Jail. We want to play a couple of songs from that.
Yeah.
Talk about Proper Goodbye, and how did that song come about?
Proper Goodbye. So me, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I can be quite an emotional human being, hot-headed Italian at times, and there were just times where I would either fly off the handle or just not handle situations the best. And looking back on things as an adult, when you look back on situations, you're like, I could have handled that a little bit better.
Yeah, I think we all do that. I think.
Yeah, or I mean, even in just little situations, like with parents, like. I mean, even just going to college and just looking at my parents, I could have been a lot easier and being like, I promise I'll be good. Like, everything's going to be great. Instead of me being like, I'm out, y'all. Like, it was one of those things. I could have handled things a lot better.
The boss of me.
Exactly. So this song, there's a proper way to say goodbye, and there's a proper way to handle situations. And I think that throughout the years, I learned that way. And this is that song that kind of shows that.
All right, let's give that a listen. This is My Favorite Vinyl, WEFT with Sara Sass Siders.
You'll be okay.
You know that voice, that amazing voice, that Sass and Proper Goodbye here on WEFT. It's about 8:34, and Sass is sitting across the console in the studio here. And again, we thank you so much for coming in.
Of course, thank you for having me.
I admired your work for so long. Where are you playing next?
Next time I'm in town here would be over at Willow Creek Farm over in Urbana.
Right.
It's a Sunday. I'm playing over there with Lisa Castang. Dave and Lisa are playing as well. It's going to be a nice little Sunday afternoon. So awesome. I think that's next time I'm in town.
Is that August 17th or something?
Yep,
like
August
that?
17th. But I play a lot. So if anybody's looking for my schedule, they can go to my website, musicwithsass.com.
Perfect.
Yep.
You're all over social media. So as we go out here, we're going to play another one of your songs from the Sports or Jail CD. And you said your dad is playing on both of these songs.
Yeah, he played on that last one, Proper Goodbye, he played a fretless bass on that one, just flying around. It was so much fun to watch. And then this one, he played on 6 of the 8 songs on the album.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep. He only didn't play on the other ones because I started it before he was involved.
You couldn't wait till Dad got there. You had to move forward. Okay.
My bad.
But that's you. So thanks for loving me anyways. The final song here. Talk about that.
That goes right into the sports or jail situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My parents deserve an award for not killing me as a child. They deserved man, I was difficult. They told me no, and it just gave me ideas. It was one of those kind of situations. But honestly, the way they did it, and I'm thankful for everything that they gave me. And it's one of those lines. It's like, you were right. You know, like when you grow up, they tell you that you'll finally realize that your parents were right about most of the things they told you.
Right.
And it hit me.
Well,
They were right.
And we have the good fortune to listen to this song. And again, thank you so much for coming in.
Of course, thank you for having me.
And if you are listening, you can go to the WEFT app and to hear the song in its entirety. A couple of days, My Favorite Vinyl with Don Tanner on YouTube, and to see what happens behind the scenes. But this is WEFT.